Ready, set, go.
Welcome back, or just welcome for the first time, maybe. Hi, in either case. Welcome back to another album review. It turns out I may have picked a good time to start doing a new thing on YouTube. That's new for me to do something at the correct time. But here we are. So today I'm gonna be listening to an album that I've never listened to this artist before. I don't remember their name. Actually, maybe I'd seen their stuff around. Maybe I'd heard their name mentioned, somewhere. But I've never listened to their music. We're listening, obviously you would know this from the freaking video title. I'm listening to the new Willow album. Willow, this is the thing, is like, this is her 5th album, apparently. I've not listened to the other 4. Hi, editing Connor here. When I was starting to put this video together, I was looking into just sort of, finding pictures of Willow, and that was how I discovered that this is the daughter of Will Smith. I don't know how I managed to avoid that information. I didn't even see her last name anywhere when I was looking at the tracks and things. So yeah, I missed that piece of context. If you think that might be relevant to her album's themes, maybe let me know. But just going forward, realize that I was listening to this album, just sort of not knowing about Willow's relations in the rest of the showbiz industry. Carrying on. So I don't know what her stuff sounds like. I don't know how different this album is going to be from her other stuff. I'm looking at Genius, and there's a quote from, I guess Willow is the main person. She said for this album she wanted to go for rock, not necessarily pop punk. She says, I wanted to go for rock. I didn't want to go for pop punk. Didn't want to go for what's necessarily popular right now. Wanted to go for the heart of rock music, which to me is a deep outcry, maybe about pain, maybe about joy. Going to use this album as a way to express myself and hopefully allow other people to feel the deepest parts of me. I want my life to be driven by love and where my heart wants to take me. Not where it's like, oh, you're doing this well, this person does this too, so you guys should hook up. Which, I admire that. I like that idea. And I also like the concept of rock being the medium to sort of be vulnerable. That is also, I think, what Demi Lovato did with their most recent album, which I highly recommend listening to. I've heard it a few times over now, so I don't really want to do a reaction video unless enough people ask me to do that. I've had a request for a different album that someone put on my previous video of an album that I've listened to so many times all the way through, and I absolutely love it. But because I've already listened to it, it's not gonna be like first reactions. But that's not important right now. Right now, we're listening to Willow's new album, Coping Mechanism, with the weird like greater than less than brackets on either side of coping mechanism, and a coping mechanism is in all caps and all one word, I guess. Trying to be like all, I guess she's gotten it into coding or something. And those brackets actually show up in a few tracks here. It's 11 tracks, half an hour long. So these are some short, punchy tracks here. Starting with the first one called Maybe It's My Fault. I have heard this first song mostly because this was the song that made me want to do a full listen through it on a video. So let's just give this a go. I like those chords. Oh shit. Oh shit, that's crunchy. Oh, I love that. I get what she was saying when she said she wants rock, not pop punk. Because that is a lot of people when they do, like, if you got like a pop artist that wants to do a rock album, it's gonna end up being pop punk, like she said in the thing. But that's some heavy guitar right there. I like this. Oh. Okay. She got a really good drummer for this album. I'm liking what they're doing. This is also these drums are giving me very strong, like, 2010s, maybe even like sort of late 2000s vibes. Just the sort of thing is very reminiscent of that era. Really pretty voice. Nice high note. Shit, that's cool. Okay. This is the interesting about this chorus is usually after that pre-chorus you would expect them to go like all out, like hit real hard, like just full throttle sort of sound, but it holds back a little bit. But in that you actually get to hear more of the emotion from her voice, which is a cool little effect. Cool little composition choice. Okay. Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah, we're screaming. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. And man, if she's able to sort of keep that momentum going, obviously you don't have to keep the momentum, that kind of energy throughout. You want to have some variety. But that's a strong open. That's a strong open, and I hope that she can keep that up. Okay. Next song. Actually, let's quickly take a look at these lyrics and figure out what the frick is going on. Met her at a party. I said she seems nice. Every time I thought about it, I got butterflies. And when I told you, we agree that she's alright. Never thought I'd be tripping over the last time. I said it was fine, yeah, laying down 6 feet under it. Sublime, should have saw the signs. Now we're in a fight. Okay. It's all in my mind, it's all in my mind. I try to rewind all the while I'm hurting inside. It's your fault. Maybe it's my fault. Oh, is this about being gaslit? Said I could handle this. That was your one request. Said I would be there in your distress. Instead, you just feel dispensed. There's some weird, like, I can't tell if it's like self-loathing. Well, there's definitely like some elements of self-loathing in here, but the it's all in my mind all the while I'm hurting inside. It's your fault. Maybe it's my fault. That makes me wonder if this was more of like an unhealthy relationship thing. Here we go. It's all too often in tender emotional states, we try to blame our hurts on other people. Even though none of us are perfect, in some capacity, it's us who allow ourselves to get into situations that don't serve our highest purpose. Song explores what it's like to hold ourselves equally accountable for the emotional pain we feel, while also allowing ourselves to be human and fully process all of our feelings without shame. I love that. That's so good. That's such a mature thing to write about. So it is a little bit like about confronting self-loathing, but it's also about self-forgiveness, which if you know me, you know I'm all about that self-forgiveness when appropriate, and when necessary. Interesting. So it's sort of about having the self-respect and having the self-esteem to try and prevent ourselves, like just having that awareness of what we deserve in a relationship and just in life. It seems like this is more about just our relationship, but I love that. I love that idea of both self-forgiveness and self-accountability. That's really cool. That's a cool like balance to write a song about. Okay, now we're moving on to Falling Endlessly. There's a few things that music-wise I am a sucker for. Halftime breakdowns, triplets, those are the two big ones. Halftime breakdowns, triplet rhythms, and that chugging guitar sound, which is tragic because I don't listen to a lot of metal. I listen to some, but I love that, like, da, 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 da. It's so, like, percussive and it very much appeals to my drummer brain. This is reminding me a lot of the newer Poppy album, Flux, in that it's like it's a proper rock album. Flux is also a little bit more on the punk side, but the drums are reminding me of that as well. Okay, those are moving out. That goes hard. That's a really fun melody. She's a really huge fan of those, the like sort of drowned out, like muted drums as like a build up. Works nicely as long as you don't use it too many times. Ooh. Oh, it's getting more crunchy. Okay. All right, guitar solo. There you go. All right, how are you gonna finish it off strong? Okay. Ooh. Leave it on that high note. I like that. Nice. There's no hot takes on these lyrics as far as I can tell. So I guess I just gotta go by my own interpretation. Friends are coming over now. Never liked them, never did, and now I cannot be sober. Fuck the small talk, chatting, sitting down. Shallowness is like a poison crown. I cannot get over all this shit, and now falling endlessly. Look at my face, tell me, who do you think's more insane, you or I? Don't want to get up now. Still the same every day. Lose myself and just fuck around. It's an escape, yeah, it's a shame. Don't want to get up now. Don't want to. I couldn't hold in the secrets out. You don't want to hear it, but I think it's time about I care enough. Even though you're not here, the truth is unfair, and so am I. Huh. Is this about like restlessness? Because I can feel that, like it's still the same every day. Lose myself and just fuck around. It's an escape. And then talking about how like she never liked the friends of the person that she's with. Never liked them, never did, and now I cannot be sober. Yeah, I feel like maybe it's just she's feeling. It's this feeling of like restlessness and just trying to get away from the sort of routine and the like mundanity of maybe the life that she's sort of found herself in, other than, being a professional musician. But the verse, I care even though you're not here. The truth is unfair and so am I. That brings something else in, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what that's supposed to be saying. And you know what? That's okay. We'll leave this one open-ended. But I love that chorus. The don't wanna get up and now. I'm only gonna try and sing so many times because I don't want to subject y'all to that. Moving on to Curious Furious, Curious/Furious, which is some fun wordplay. Alright, a little bit slower.
To dread, that's what I said. And I'm taking this
Oh, there we go.
Walking through a darkened forest, going home. Curious, furious, I feel alone. Getting over it now and I never wear a frown because
that's really fun. I like the clapping, and then it's just like her and the guitar, and like the chords that the guitar is playing is just rhythmically. That's a very like sort of like carefree sort of vibe to it, but obviously the lyrics are bringing that a bit down. So it's this, like, it almost feels like, yeah, I guess I'm gonna stop caring, but with the sort of subtext of I want to care, but I just seem to keep, like, it doesn't seem to be worth my time to care. That's what I'm garnering from that.
shielding myself from the depth of my heart.
Okay. All right. So she's definitely like not going as hard as she did for the first two songs. This is a bop. And I think I am correct in this whole thing of like what Paramore would call fake happy. Getting over it now, and I never wear a frown because life doesn't choose either side. Win or lose, right or wrong, it's battle that's all in your mind. So it's this thing of like, I can't really be grumpy about things because that's not gonna change reality. I'll save my big interpretive takes till the end, till we get to the end here.
Don't know what to do, my questions endless, and the only thing
Nice. That's so pretty. Cool. Okay, we got another guitar solo. Very nice. All right. Oh, we got some harmonizing guitars. Oh, this is a rock album. Very nice. Okay. I feel less enthusiastic about this song musically just because, I don't know, it doesn't hit as hard, and I was kind of hoping that they would open things up in this last chorus here, and they didn't. But maybe that has something to do with what this song is about, is this lack of release, this lack of satisfaction. Because life doesn't choose either side. It's a battle that's all in your mind. You had better open wide, as they say. There's a little bit more sort of restlessness lyrically in here as well. Shielding massage, surface is calm inside, the chaos restarts. Don't know what to do, my question's endless, and the only thing that I don't want to start a fight. But you know, when it gets heated, that's just what I like, is that's just wanting to feel something. Just want to sit in my room instead, that's what I said. It's about the battle that is all in your mind is this debate between, do I just sort of shut off and don't react to things at all, or do you get heated and do you become reactionary because it makes you feel something, and that fires up the brain chemicals that can be quite addictive. All right, next one is why? Question mark. Why? Ooh, I like that.
I don't wanna keep feeling alone. Isolation got me going psycho. I just wanna stop asking myself why.
Ooh,
I don't wanna
that's pretty.
keep being alone. Isolation got me going psycho.
This song has a lot more of that pop sound going on in here. I like it. It is a good change of pace. I mean, maybe she'll go a little bit harder later on in the song. Not gonna stop her. But if it stays this sort of more pensive feel, then I'm down.
I just gotta stop questioning my life.
Oh. Yeah, there it is. All right, she's gonna go hard. All right. I like this. She's doing a lot of things. every time they'll like give me just enough time to start vibing to whatever is happening, it becomes something entirely different, or not entirely different, but like rhythmically very different. I was excited to hear what she was going to be singing over top of that sort of hi-hat and whatever cool, like, whatever that really cool guitar riff was. Okay. I like this offbeat. Okay. Okay. Okay, they're keeping the chorus on the quiet side for now, which is good, I think. I like that they're keeping that sort of sad energy, particularly for the chorus, where it's I don't want to keep feeling alone. Isolation got me going psycho. Just want to stop asking myself why I don't want to keep being alone. Yeah. Just gotta stop questioning my life. Just this moment of like vulnerability is really what it is. Like, she's got all this very angry, frustrated energy in the verse, and just trying to get all these different thoughts out and just all these things that aren't working, and then you bring it all back to this like sort of tender thing of I don't want to feel alone. I'm isolated and I'm going nuts. Right? Oh, there we go. I almost wonder if that particular, like, this instrumental that we're listening to right now, that we're not listening to right now because there's nothing playing right now. I wonder if that would almost fit in a different song. Or maybe she intends for the song to be a little disjointed sound-wise. I don't know. I don't hate it. I just wonder if she wants this song to be a little less musically cohesive or streamlined, I guess. Or if that musical part might fit better somewhere else. That's something that my band is kind of dealing with, is like we'll try to write a song and then like our bass player will be like, oh yeah, I've been working on this riff for a bit, maybe we can throw it in here. And so we try a couple things and it doesn't really come together, and just gotta kind of get to a moment where you're like, okay, as long as we remember that riff that you had in mind and we have these lyrics, those don't have to be the same song. You can sort of play, if it's your stuff, you can sort of mix and match things however you want, if it ends up making things sound better or tell a better story or express things better, whatever you're trying to do with your music. I relate to that line so hard. I said, no time for fight or flight. I think I'm gonna freeze. That is what I do. I have this thing where if I'm having a conversation with someone and, they say something that, it bothers me, I'll start overthinking all of the things that I gotta consider when I confront them about whatever they said. And all of these things, like, sort of clog up the funnel of sending thoughts to my mouth to say the words. And the result is, because all of these things are trying to get through the funnel, nothing gets through the funnel, which just everything I just sort of shut down, just sort of lock up. So there's no fight because I'm not saying anything. There's no flight because I'm just sitting there trying to figure out what the hell to say. Because I think if I can just say words, if I can just get the words out, then I'll be fine. But it's not happening, so I'm not leaving either. I just freeze. Yeah, that line just kind of popped out to me. I like that's. I don't wanna keep being alone. Ooh, nice little change there.
I just gotta stop questioning my life.
Leave it on a fade. Okay. I do wish that they had made more use of that that harder instrumental that they had in here. I don't know if it fit perfectly in this song, but you know, it ain't my song. I don't know the full artistic intentions. Maybe that has something to do with the fact that like Isolation has her feeling going nuts. So maybe there is that thing of like no peace in the head. So you've got all of these different moods happening. You have the moments of like loneliness and just feeling like I don't want to keep feeling alone. You have the sort of straightforward manic energy of the verses, and then you have that frustrated, angry sound of the instrumental. Maybe that's what she was going for, and won't deny her that. Moving on to Coping Mechanism, the titular track. Oh. Okay. Nice little slidey bass line. Ooh, okay. Okay. Nice. This is fun. I really like this. This is a fun jam. This is definitely a little bit more on the punk, on like the pop punk side, but in the best way. Oh, she has such a good like belt voice. That's a fun fact. There's a halftime break. I'm down. Ooh, I'm sorry. What was that cheeky little? What were those cheeky little cymbal hits? Ooh, I like that. She has such a good voice for this kind of music. It's so well, like, she's got a really good sense of control on it and, like, really knows how to... She's very expressive. Like, you can really hear the emotion in it. Similar thing that I like about Demi Lovato is you can hear the struggle and the emotions. Okay. A double time? Okay. Woo! That's... Oh, that's a goddamn guitar solo. Oh, that was lovely. Oh, jeez. Oh, holy man. Oh, boy. That was so good. Oh, man. That was so good. It put me into my Minnesotan voice. Jeez. Oh, ended on that harmony. Nice. I've grown up with a guitar player, and so something that I pick up on just in music in generally is kind of the notes that you land on. Are they expected? Like, if you as sort of the standard music listener, if you can predict sort of the way where a melody is gonna go, and that's fine. That's catchy. But if you predict how the melody is going to go and it goes somewhere else in a way that's still satisfying, that's the sweet spot. That's what you want to go for. That was just delightful. Okay, so it's, yeah, she's getting a little mad at herself for all of the like various ways that she tries to deal with pain. I wonder if when she says no, you couldn't help it, or could you? I wonder if she's talking to herself there. And same deal for fun fact, I really want to make you cry. It just isn't right, so enticing, just like you. Or maybe she is talking about someone else, like, because sometimes your unhealthy habits can include spending time with certain people that you should not be spending time with. Maybe because, like, they are toxic, or maybe it's like an on and off relationship that you just want to nip in the bud. So enticing, just like you, masterminding every fight, rivers flowing from my eyes, no emotion from your side. Fun fact, I'm the worst, it's true. Fun fact, I learned it all from you. I need a coping mechanism now. I mean, oh wait, is this about someone specific? Is this about her acknowledging the fact that many of her emotional / mental problems come from someone else? Perhaps a parent? Perhaps a past relationship? Is she working out some trauma? Possibly. I was about to say probably and possibly, which becomes possibly or probably. I like both. That one was great. That guitar solo just really, this is one of my top tracks on this album so far. That was so much fun. All right, we're moving on to Split. This is track 6 of 11, so this is right in the middle before we head into the back half of the album. Ooh. We getting spacey now. Okay.
Fell asleep when you drove me home. Got too faded, enraged you. Had nothing to say when I split. Tried to call you, you don't answer your phone. You're the only. I guess I was wrong to assume.
Oh.
Inside I knew I hadn't decided, so I tried to hide it.
Oh, the opening, like, on the hide it, where it sort of like widens out, is a really nice touch.
I guess I was wrong to assume.
So those drums mean that this could go either way. This could also end up going hard in the chorus, or it could just be this sort of march, this sort of constant march of just working things out. Okay. Okay, so she's doing this thing that's a little different from the past tracks, where in a lot of the choruses where she goes like big or like really like where the band really gives her, she kind of follows suit. Like she's belting and like really laying into the words. But in this chorus, she's kind of keeping it lower down, like she's keeping it in her lower register, and not yet. Maybe she'll do this later on, but she's keeping herself more subdued and more reserved, while the band is going loud, which is a nice thing that you know, you can often do to express this thing of like what you're saying and expressing outwardly versus what you're thinking and feeling inwardly, and sort of the differences between the two. She's doing it again where the band is going loud and she's got the harmonies that are going higher, but like we've heard the sort of like grit that she can, and like emotion that she can put into her voice when she wants to. And it's just not there, even in the harmonies, but specifically in the main melody, it stays just sort of like, we never talk a lot. And it's very straightforward and sort of almost deadpan. It's seems like she was maybe about to go hard there. It expresses almost a certain sense of like apathy or ambivalence that fits nicely into this song. Ooh! Those higher harmonies are really tickling my brain.
I never wanted this for us.
Ooh, okay. All right. And then with that little run there, a little bit of expressiveness just to top things off. Very nice. This just seems like this is a sad song. We got ourselves a sad song on our hands. It's about the collapse of a relationship. Like the chorus is, we never talk a lot. I need to see you because you're on your mind, and say I never wanted this for us. I'm always acting tough, close my heart, and now I starve the love. No, I never wanted this for us. So just sort of admitting like this relationship did not go how I'd hoped, or like I didn't intend for things to turn out this way. It feels a little bit more like self-accountability ish, where she talks like she's always acting tough, closed her heart, and now she openly admit now she misses it. Pour patience over me while my heart slowly breaks, never making a sound, even amongst the jagged pieces that always lead to the ground. To move is agony, and now I can only think about how. Right. So that's kind of about how like to kind of interact with how this situation turned out is painful, because there are all these broken pieces, and to move is agony. To like interact with these things brings up all these painful memories and feelings, and instead of actually dealing with that, she just thinks about how badly it all ended. I like that. Sometimes you gotta write a good old sad song, just being like, I'm sorry, this did not go well, and I did not intend for this to be the outcome. Nice. I really like this album. Moving on to Hover Like a Goddess. Goddess being in all caps.
Wanna think that I could get
Okay.
you into my bed, just meet me inside the bathroom. That's what she said. You're all I see, not only for me. Oh, to taste you is sweet, my heart is in pieces. When I walk, you fucking.
I'm sorry, Paramore? This is very like Riot era Paramore sound, which I cannot get enough of. Just meet me inside the bathroom, that's what she said. Which is apparently a maybe reference to a Strokes song, which I don't listen to the Strokes, so I'm not the one to say one way or the other. But also the line, "You're all that I see, not only for me," could refer to Willow's polyamorous identity, and the idea of multiple people as well as Willow being in a relationship with the subject of the song. Interesting. Cool. good on you for writing about that. Okay. All right, this is just a horny jam. This is what this is. This is just a, hey, let's have fun together, and we'll let our bodies do the talking sort of deal. Great. I'll never be fine if you won't be mine. I'll never be fine if you won't be mine. So those last two lines, I'll never be fine if you won't be mine. Drummer has been doing similar rhythms to the rhythm of those verses. I'll never be fine if you won't be mine. Like sort of thing. Like these sort of like slightly offbeat snare hits. And so to have her singing that rhythm with the drums just sort of doing like a fairly straightforward, like almost four on the floor sort of thing is a nice little dynamic going there. Okay. All right. Okay. With the so obviously, like, these verses are very, very much like, I'm getting specifically like Fences vibes, the song Fences from Paramore's Riot album. But that little interlude line reminds you this ain't like Willow is her own person and her own artist with her own specific talents and her own specific sound, and will not let you forget it, and I do not intend to. Nice. Ooh. And a little bit of a spacey outro. Right, that was how this song started. Okay, I see you ending it on that little weird chord. Okay. Very nice. Yeah, this is, looking at the lyrics, this is pretty, well, this is very much your sort of like, let's make beautiful music together sort of deal. Moving on to you're a stranger in those weird brackets. Okay, a little bit chunky. Oh yeah, this is some, I love the chugging. We chugging along. This is straightforward. Very, very much reminds me of Flux in the best way. Ooh. I like those little cheeky, like the but the guitar is harmonizing with her on those specific notes, and then but it's also keeping the chugging going. Ah. I am so happy with this drummer because he's so good at keeping things interesting. He's like throwing in some rhythmic variety here. Like, obviously you want to keep your rhythm like consistent enough that it feels cohesive, right? So he's not doing like a completely different drum beat every line, obviously, because that just kind of like takes away the structural integrity of the song in a certain way. He'll do like 2 lines of this in the same rhythm, and then he'll do the next 2 lines in a rhythm that's just like he's sort of like doing permutations of the same rhythm. So he's like hitting the snare like maybe a beat, like an eighth, I don't know, eighth note before or after you would expect him to. And it keeps your ears engaged, keeps you listening. Oh shit! Let's go! Yeah! That's a little bit of what my band does. Is that like halfway between yelling and screaming sort of deal? That's where we like to sit. And it's great. I love to hear it. And to hear it like kind of in the back with some distortion on it. Chef's kiss. Or just a kiss from any worker, you know. And then the guitar player is sort of switching between they're keeping the rhythm pretty much the same of you're still feeling the dun 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 sort of thing, but they're only doing that sort of on the offbeats when the rest of the band is falling into that groove. Like that. That's so good. Oh, that was a jam and a half. Let's take a look at these words. Least you could do is find someone else. Least you could do. That's kind of the basic thing in the chorus. She used to be mine, now she's yours, and that's fine. Okay. So she's dealing with maybe a friend is dating one of her exes. And I guess that's fine. Guess I ran out of time to please. Never thought I'd be angry. You're so fucking shady. I gave you the lady. Such a shame you'd forget me. Interesting. The least you could do is find someone else. Okay. Yeah, so it's this thing of like, why'd you have to, like, maybe it's to a close friend of being like, why did you have to start dating someone with that that I have an emotional background with? Like, why would you bring that element into our friendship? Right? Which is fair. Like, obviously you can only control who you're attracted to, but you can control what you do about it. You'll be attracted to plenty of different people over the course of your life, or none at all. If you don't get attracted to people. But just because you're attracted to someone doesn't mean that you're obligated to be with them. And if being with them causes problems for the people close to you, then maybe you gotta take a moment and be like, is this actually worth it? And like look at the reasons for why it might be a problem. Musically, that was lovely. Okay, we got our next track, number 9. It's called Perfectly Not Close to Me, which are the only track with a featured artist, which is Yves, I think is how it's pronounced. Yves, either Yves or Yves Tumor, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've seen them featured on other artists that I've listened to, and I know they do some cool work. So let's give this a listen. Okay. 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 We got some drum machine drums going on here. Nice. Oh, I'm so glad she's doing more screaming. Wow. That was less than 2 minutes long. Okay. All right. Is this just an existential crisis? Just a 1 minute 50 long existential crisis? Pass the time, stream all the victims. Fond caresses, pathetic beggars and awful pressure inside, incurable souls clear away the mist in my sight. Oh my god, I don't wanna talk shit. But I'm so fucked up just like this. I just need to get out of my life. I wonder what the stream all the victims thing is about. And fond caresses and pathetic beggars. Is this about, like, internet drama? Maybe. But, cool. Yeah, that was nice. I mean, her screaming in that refrain is lovely. Love to hear it. I don't know if Ives needed to be in there. I guess he had his voice was a nice contrast to Willow's that sort of, I mean, harmonized in a certain way. But I am curious as to what a Willow only version of that would be. That was just strange in the sense of, like, rhythmically it was the same all the way through. Same drum line, same bass line all the way through. The only real differences were, like, the melodies of the, I guess, chorus and refrain, which are, it's the same 2 sets of lyrics repeated. But there is enough to kind of read into those 2 sets of lyrics that, I don't know, I guess maybe they expressed what they wanted to in those 2 sets. Not gonna say otherwise. Great. 10th out of 11 tracks. 10th track is called No Control. Okay. Oh. Ooh.
I know I said I'd fix it up, but then I drank and smoked too much. Just like I always do, it's not true. I don't want you back. I'm so confused, I thought you wanted that.
What is the,
I try
wait.
to stick to the always do.
Ooh. Nice high note. That's lovely.
Get the past right, just like you do, until I change my mind.
This is nice. This is a nice change of pace. And again, because of sort of where I'm hearing the drumming go, maybe they have space to go big. I'm not saying they should or shouldn't, but there is that potential so far. But I like this sort of starting note of, I like the halftime 16th notes. Drummer once again is doing some weird stuff with those snare hits. They're not always where you're expecting them to be, to the point where I wasn't entirely sure if the song was in 4/4. Yeah, there's a lot of different places that this could go. It could go into a really nice, like, crunchy breakdown. It could stay sort of open and spacey like this. It could go into a really, really big, like, sort of let her rip stadium chorus. Who knows? Let's find out. All right. Oh! Oh my gosh, just those two lines of just like sending her and then bringing it down to that lovely, those little I guess it's falsetto, just the tender high notes. I loved that contrast. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're staying relatively spacey here. We're staying in the same sort of energy, which I like. I think that's a nice, it sets a nice place in sort of the arc of the album.
Just like I always do, it's not for you, it's not for me, forget to speak.
Nice. Okay. No control. Let's see what we've got going on here. I know I said I'd fix it all, but then I drank and smoked too much. Just like I always do. It's not you. I don't want you back. I'm so confused. I thought you wanted that. Try to stick to the facts. Try to learn from the past. My head's down when I search for the path. I'm an equation. I don't know the math. This is seems to be a nice little hot mess album of just trying. It's this thing of like trying to take care of yourself, but you don't have the healthy habits in place, so it's harder to break out of the unhealthy habits when you don't really have a sense of where you can, of like the healthy alternatives. Mine and her are breaking up, and I was just too much to love that way. I'll bear the pain of all the moments gone where you're trying to save me, and I'm stuck to the ceiling, barely feeling all my control is gone. So it's also this moment of like reckoning, of just being like, where I'm at right now is not sustainable for my mind or for my heart. It's just too painful that I have to be honest with myself and say things are not working out right now. So maybe she's talking about a relationship. That's always an easy interpretation to go on. But just because some of the lyrics are in the second person does not necessarily mean that it's a separate person, but it could be. Don't want to see, don't want to speak, forget to breathe, forget to be, just like I always do. It's not for you, it's not for me, forget to speak the truth. I always do, I always do. So last night trying to get the past right just like you do until I change my mind. So if it is about a relationship, then maybe it's about like trying to keep yourself accountable, but there's the worry that the other person is also not really taking care of themselves. So you know that the other person is clearly not making stable choices, which worries you because that provides a bit of an incentive to also make unhealthy choices, which I very much relate to. I get that real good. Okay, we got one track left, and it's called, in all caps, BATSHIT! Exclamation mark. Let's see what she's got planned for us to cap things off here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is... Oh! Interesting, it's... The guitar, and I think there's maybe some there's probably some keys in there, so it's got a little bit of that, like, sort of 80s, 90s rock feel. It's still a little spacey. Interesting. Not quite what I was expecting there. I was expecting from a song called BATSHIT. I was thinking something a little bit raw, but maybe later. Maybe.
It's fine, everything's fine. You're cute and you're funny, your hair looks nice.
I'm sure that second line is true. I'm sure she probably is cute and funny, and maybe her hair does look nice, but it seems to me as though everything perhaps is not fine. Things might not be fine. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's so, oh, I love that. Okay, this is the energy I was expecting, and I am here for it, as they say.
It better be true, it better be true.
Nice. Okay. All right. This feels like the kind of song, especially since it's the final song on the album. Something tells me they're gonna have a tasty instrumental at the end. That's not me saying it because I've heard the song. I haven't heard this song. If you're thinking I've heard this song before and I'm setting you up to expect a big tasty breakdown, I could be wrong. I'm willing to be wrong, but those are my instincts. That's my prediction.
Yeah, it turns out my mental wasn't strong enough to face the facts and not come back and all the while you watch her.
I love what they're doing with the guitar. So first off, the chugging is happening in the left ear. If you're not listening to headphones, okay, I'm not going to tell you should, but this is one of those things that you would notice easily with headphones. Maybe you can notice it if you've got like 2 speakers set up. But the chugging of the guitar is coming out of this ear, and the like little melodic plucks are coming out of this one, and it feels nice.
Through my heart and down the back street. Yeah, you think I'm cool, try BATSHIT. Better be true, it better
How are we closing this out? Okay. Oh. That's it. Cool. That's fun. Snappy, straight to the point. Very nice. Wow. Great. This is the end of a relationship. Smelling a lie. She's just feeling like things are going sour, and now she's just trying to cut things off. She doesn't want to get into drama. She can tell that like this person is messing with her, or not appreciating her, or taking her for granted, and she's just like, I don't want all the mind games to go for too long, so washing out your mouth, whatever you do better be true. She's just like, please, no bullshit. You think I'm cool? Try BATSHIT. Murdering my ego with a hatchet. Nice. Yeah. So she's like, no, I'm not gonna play this cool. I'm gonna call you out on things in a way that might seem a little out of nowhere. But the ego death is a thing of like, I'm not too proud to say something. Not gonna keep up this facade that things are going okay. Great, and honestly, more power to her. That's the whole gosh dang album, Coping Mechanism. That was so much fun. That's exactly what I was kind of hoping for from this album. It's not much more than what I was hoping for. Like, my mind was not blown, but I'm very impressed. This is a good album. When I tally up my 20 favorite albums of the year, this one has a chance to be on the list. Not sure if it'd be like top 10, but it's probably gonna end up on the list. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this. If you are a fan of Willow's, and you think I would enjoy her other stuff, or you just want to see me react to her other albums, I'm willing to become like a full-fledged Willow fan. Yeah, I'll allow that. Let me know in the comments if there are other albums by other artists that you would like to see me take a look at, take a listen to. Let me know, please and thank you. Yeah, if you are looking around on the channel and being like, why is this guy just doing so much gaming? That's kind of why I do it. It's I wouldn't call it my bread and butter, but it's what I like to do. I stream on Twitch video games. I like to do a lot of indie games. It's October. I'm playing a lot of horror games. If you're into that, you can head over to Twitch and check me out there. All of the links are down in the description. If you want some merch, I also have that at streamlabs.com/talinkyguy/merch. Check it out. Maybe some of that might pique your interest. If the stuff that I have on my merch store is of interest to you, you're probably a pretty weird person, and I salute you for that. Speaking of saluting, thank you so much. Hope you come around for the next one, whether it's gaming or another album review. In either case, thanks. I'll see you later.